So, something interesting with coins. These are Morgan silver dollars, but we'll try something interesting with them. They make a really nice sound. Silver does in general, but in the way the sound travels, so can the coins. Wild, huh? Travel. Anyways. Try this again. From one hand to the other. See, the trick here is that sound is technically just vibration moving from here to your ear, but you experience it in your head, in your ears. So is the sound really occurring in my hand, or is it occurring in your ear? It's kind of like it's in two places at once, you can almost say. But if that was the case, then by theory, sound teleports. But if the sound comes from the coins, then that must mean that the coins teleport as well. The last one will not teleport, but fall from far up into the sky and come down when you least expect it. Which was like a moment ago, because it's right there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 silver dollars. Okay, so here's a quick little kind of coins across, and it is using the moves, primarily the moves from these foundationals techniques section, and with something extra. So we'll go over that too. So this is a fun thing. It's really simple. We pick up 2 coins in each hand, drop them into finger palm position, and then we're going to Benzeus friction palm. Right? We talked about this in an earlier video, where we just turn and let these coins slide off while maintaining friction there. Do this and relax. Now I shake here and keep my hands open. It's not, my fingers are curled enough that you can't clearly count 4, but because it feels like you're not hiding anything, people usually just assume that must be all 4 coins. This is one of the most deceptive things. Don't overlook this. I do this for spectators all the time, and they always go, wait, there was 4 coins in that hand. How'd you do that? Right? So for that next moment, it's just the Ramsey subtlety, palm up. Right? Talked about this in previous videos as well, so see previous videos if you haven't gotten this down yet. And boom. First one goes across. Now at this point, you can talk about the sound of the coin, you can toss it back and forth, do this, but what we want to do here is we want to motivate why we're placing it into another hand in the first place. Because what makes more sense for the left hand is to do this. Why is the right hand coming over? So in the performance I did this, but that's not necessarily motivated. So if you want to make this as motivated as possible, when you get that first production, you can turn your body to the right, show 1, and then show 1, 2, 3 like this. Now this is on the right side, and these are just generally centered. So now we can go 1, 2, and 3, but maintain 1, right? And it makes sense for the right hand to do this because we're not coming all the way over to the left. So this one's on the right, so it makes sense for the right hand to start, and because the right hand starts, it makes sense for the right hand to continue. But all we're doing is dropping into finger palm, as we went over earlier in this course. And then we're doing the second one, where we're letting it hit that coin and bounce off into the other hand. So we get the sound, right? So it's boom, keep it on pinky ledge. Second, let it hit that one on pinky ledge and continue, as we taught earlier in the course. And then the last one, you could just cleanly toss in. You have sound. Pick this up and show. You can just drop it into finger palm and show. Of course, you can do all kinds of other fancier things if you like. But we get here, and now we talk about sound, right? I use the presentation of sound, how sound travels. And that's motivating why I'm doing this and why I'm passing it from one hand to the other. So you can pick them up from your left, say, but sound is technically in two places at once. It happens here, but you experience it in your head. All right, so that's just using a click path where we retain both. Right, the one where we do this, we push one to the fingertips and drop it back. Right, see the previous videos if you need a refresher. And now we're gonna do something interesting. We're gonna stack these coins up, turn them up like this, and we're gonna turn them up and grab those two coins in Demantapalm. We're doing a lot with Demantapalm lately, so there's lots of good uses for it. Curl it up, grab with Demantapalm. Okay? Now, we're gonna shake in this hand at the same time that this Demant position drops those coins onto the finger palm there. Okay? This is how we're getting a cool moment of sound manipulation. We're here, we're gonna turn this hand over, which has nothing in it, but as we do it, we're gonna drop those two from there. If you turn your hand in a bit, where this thumb can't be seen, that's more ideal, but try not to release in a big motion. Try to release in a small enough motion as you can from that Demantapalm. But remember, nothing here, but we're gonna make the sound at the same time. So we're gonna release those into the finger palm position there, like so. And then we're gonna make sound here when we flip over, so that each hand makes sound. This is just such a deceptive moment because they think there's two in each hand. But now we're gonna go up, that one went silently, or whatever you want to say, and Benzeus friction palm. We're just dumping out 3, maintaining 1. Okay, so we're just here and just doing the Benzeus friction palm. We're using friction and a light curl of the fingers to make it so that we don't flash that coin. We can move this to fingertip rest as we push these forward. 1, 2, 3, and we can leave this one behind so it's in a row, ideally like this. Bring the attention back here. They heard sound here, so they believe there's coins here, right? Not just with their eyes, but their ears. So we come up, toss. And I love to do this with spectators. Relax as much as you can. You'd be amazed how much they don't realize that that's on the table. Go just like that. It lands on the table. And you'd be surprised, they're accustomed to it going to the hand, so they've been conditioned. They're actually very unlikely to notice on the table. Some people will, you know, but it's okay. It's still entertaining for them, especially that no one else got it and that they did. So don't worry about it. Relax. Really milk that moment. Don't look down at the table. Let's say you're not a table though. All right, this can be done in a spectator's hands. You could be here, show these coins in the spectator's hands, show them, say, here, watch, we'll take these, we'll try something interesting. And you can say, grab my hand. You can put this coin into classic palm, hover it over their hand and go, watch. And just drop it and let it hit their hand. That's one. Or you can say, watch, it goes from here to there, produced. You can hand that to them as you then show that these 3 coins. We want to do this standing, right? And here we only have to retain one of these coins. So we can take these apart like this and just do this like that into Pinky Ledge as we drop these into its own hand. And we get sound there, but we maintain one. All right, really simple. Oops. Wolverine claws. Well, this would be Wolverine claws. Anyways. I think Curtis Cam had something like that. Anyway, here, boom, get the sound, and then you can grab this, do that, grab from the spectator, show the next 2, hand those to the spectator, grab these, talk about the sound, do the move, grab these from the spectator and say, watch. Whoops. Dropping butterfingers, dropping things today. Do this whole thing still. And show, boom, just like that. It's gone across. And you could simply flip over and release these coins. Put your thumb on this, release those, and hold that one out with your thumb. And do 1, 2, 3. And you can say, but we'll try something interesting. Squeeze those tight. And you could leave that fourth coin in their hand. I'm going to go over this in more detail here. So for this first part, and I'm turning over like this and putting these coins in the spectator's hand, I'm putting my thumb on a large portion of this coin here on the top of the stack. When I flip over and I open, everything will slide off except for that one. It's like a Benzias friction palm with your thumb. And then you can push like this and go, that's 1, that's 2. And this hand's still out in display, and you go, and that's 3. And you pick this up. And at the same time that you put it back in their hand, you drop this other one on top of it and press flat with your hand at the exact same time, so you don't have too much jiggle. So it's here. You say, close that hand tight. Don't let me get into it. Sorry, one thing I like to say is don't let me get anything out, which is a misdirect moment. But so then they'll want to squeeze. But if you're holding your hand over, they can't see. So now once they close their fist, they can't see in it, you can release your hand away a little bit, but make sure to grab their wrist and flip it over so it's palm down. If you leave them like this, they can just do that. If you do this, they can't do that. Okay? Make that last one disappear and vanish. And then a very important point is don't just go, now it's in your hand, and they go, oh wow. Because the audience member can't, the rest of the audience members can't see this. Have them count them one at a time into your hand, like this, or into somebody else's hand, but loudly. 1, 2, because there'll be this awesome moment where they go 1, 2, and at this moment they'll smile because they'll be able to very clearly feel that there's 2 coins left, and they'll go 3, but everyone's anticipated at this point because of their smile, and then they'll go 4, and you'll get this great reveal of the 4th coin. So this is a fun way to do a coins across using the sleights we already went over. So play around with that. It's really fun move. Some great ideas in there with the sound manipulation as well. I'm sure you guys are going to love this.